what's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. I know it's been a while. Brad, you made it. We didn't get to say hey to you in the green room, but what's up, buddy?
Hey, man. I'm good, boys. How y'all doing?
Fantastic.
What's going on, Big Brad?
Great.
How's everybody feeling tonight?
Doing good.
Man, I sure miss you guys. We got our regular crew on, Ed, Mike, Brad, and Ben, and then we've got Gary joining us tonight. So we've been able to meet and hang out with Gary several times. He's an all right guy, so we're glad he's joining us. What's up, Gary?
Hey, looking forward to tonight. You know, I'm here to be the one who gets abused, so Ed can get a break tonight. So,
Ed
Thanks, Gary. I never get a break.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. What are we going over and under on the FU, Ed, tonight?
Well,
3 times?
my whole goal tonight, I had just one wish, that Lance could get a recording of me saying, "Fuck you, Ed."
Oh, he'll get one.
In the future, along with all of you guys. So there, hopefully, you know, that'll get us through the night now.
That'll work,
Oh,
man.
man.
I can clip it, and
Yep.
Ed won't be drinking too much tonight. He's on a detox, so he's letting his vagina heal. So
Yeah.
you know.
Trying to get right, man. Got to be healthy.
Yes.
You know, I got to live to be 55.
That ship has sailed.
Ship is sailed.
Well, it's good to see you guys tonight. It's good to be back on. I sent everybody samples tonight, and Brad, you didn't hear this in the green room, but we're gonna do basically 2 flights. The first flight is just your ABC sample, and you guys are gonna work to answer. You guys will work together to answer a few questions I have on them, and then the final 2. I'll tell you, one of the final 2 samples is Bowman, the latest batch of Bowman Cask Strength that everybody's going crazy over. So you guys are going to taste the last 2. Tell me which one you like best, and we'll see if it's Bowman or something else. And then tonight, if you're a Patreon member, you guys are entered into the drawing already for a sample of this. And if you're not, $5 super chat gets you in. But I'm going to give away 2 samples of this tonight. So. And I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm caught up on all the samples that I'm sent out. So that feels good. That feels good.
Nice.
Say, Lance, one of these doesn't have a letter on it at all. Is that one of the last 2?
That's probably Well, I mean, use your problem solving skills, Brad.
Deductive reasoning.
And nothing. I'm going to say D and E might be the last 2.
That's true. Yeah, D and E are the last 2. Yeah. So, we'll go. We'll just jump right into it and go through the first 3 samples here, guys. And I haven't honestly tasted these side by side, so I'm really interested to see what happens. The first thing I want you guys to work on is state of distillation for A, B, and C.
Okay.
These are pretty light in color.
Are they all from the same state, or do we need to pick 3 different states?
I can't tell you that, G. That's up to you guys.
All right.
This first one smells pretty good, though.
Does smell good.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Let's see who's in the chat. Taylor Folds is in the chat. What's up, Taylor? Good to see you, man. And Henry Turner just got the upskirt shot from Brad.
Yeah, he just decided to throw his phone on the ground.
Hopefully you didn't see the twig and giggleberries.
You're supposed to wear pants, Brad.
So what's new, guys? You guys been you guys been drinking very much or no?
Been pretty light.
No.
I haven't.
Not really.
Back working again. When I'm doing that, I don't usually drink when I'm on the road. So, been traveling a lot, and but when I'm home, I've been having. I don't know. I'm probably having four pours a week total.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at on a Friday and Saturday night. So that's the first I've had this week.
my brother was out here the first weekend in February, so I kind of had to do the detox because we hit it pretty hard. We went. I took him down to Hard Truth, and
nice.
we did the Thief from the Barrel tour, and so that was fun.
Did you see Brian
cool.
down there?
No, he was actually in. God, what he was out of the country actually.
What's up, Kendall? Kendall's drinking the Double Oaked Hard Truth.
Ooh, nice.
That's
Nice.
good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yeah,
Chad.
Brian was out of the country, so we didn't see
Oh.
Brian, but tasted some good stuff. And then we went, and then the next day we went up to Winterfest, which was like 70 breweries at the Indiana Fairgrounds. So we went around, tasted a bunch of beer. So
Nice.
it was fun. We had a good time.
Nice. What are you guys getting on sample A?
This
Sweet.
reminds me of Still Austin.
Oh, I could see that.
Like the it's like a
That's
woody.
way better.
You think this is way better?
Yeah.
That's really? I don't
I
know.
have a thing I do not like still off.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I've not yet had one that I just like fell in love with.
You're broken.
I can see that, Ben. I get a little of that the like butterscotchy kind of yeah. I can see that.
For me, I kind of get like this woodiness that's not like a youthful craftiness, but it's also not like a dark oak. It's I don't know. I don't really know how to best describe it, but it always jumps out to me on Still Austin stuff. So
Yeah, that's nice. It's not. You can tell it doesn't have a ton of proof, but it's got a lot of nice flavor.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a guess
Ooh,
on
good.
state of distillation?
When I nosed it, I immediately thought Kentucky, but then when I drank it, I wasn't sure.
I'm going Texas.
I don't know what I'm thinking. Indiana, I'm getting
That's
something.
Could be Still Austin.
Yeah, I'm just get something like from Starlight. I don't know why.
Yeah, that would be a good guess. Indiana would be a good guess.
yeah, that that sweetness leans me
Yeah.
Indiana.
I got that sweetness. It's almost some fruit, apple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pear notes, maybe. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning.
It's kind of, to me, it's kind of got like I don't know how to. This is gonna sound bad, but there's nothing bad about it. It's just got a generic bourbon taste to it. Like it's not real distinctive. It's not. It's not bad. It doesn't blow me away. It's just, man, it's just like one of those things. Just like, yeah, it's decent bourbon.
yeah, it's like very middle of the road. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna think about it a lot after.
Not a long finish either.
No.
I agree.
I do get like this caramel. Like if you've ever had, I don't know how long ago they had those card candies that were like a red apple, caramel apple situation.
Oh,
That's kind of what I get on it.
Yeah,
like
I
that,
can-
Mike,
I
'cause
can
I
see
was
that.
getting some apple. That makes sense.
But pretty much one note.
Yeah.
No Cooper Craft or anything.
No Cooper Craft. No Cooper's Craft.
Yeah.
So what are you guys going with for
Man.
state of distillation on it?
I got Indiana, I think.
Yeah, but you guys all got to agree.
You got to agree.
Oh, we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody make
I
a
was-
case.
I was going off the wall. I almost went peerless like Kentucky, but
So we got Kentucky, Texas, Indiana. We're all really close.
yeah. Just anywhere in the U.S.
not California.
Yeah.
Not Montana.
No.
I
Yeah,
can
not-
see a way to. I mean, I'm not
Hey,
just
bud.
living and dying with it being Texas. I mean, I would definitely change my majority.
Yeah, I could change to a Indiana.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a higher rye bourbon. So
Yeah.
for sure. So
I agree.
and I know Starlight does a lot of that good finished stuff. I don't know if it's finished, but you never know.
You guys
Yeah,
all
they're-
thinking it tastes like it's under 6 years.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
I got 5.5, 6.
There was even like the thing that made me kind of almost think like Still Austin was I think probably kind of that rye like Mike you were mentioning higher rye, and it actually for a second when I first took a sip I thought of like Traverse City, like kind of that that like almost like experimenty woodiness, but I'm not getting a ton of that now. But anyway, you were mentioning higher rye, that made me think of that.
You guys are on the right track with high rye. It is a high rye bourbon.
I'm fine going Indiana as well. I mean,
Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody's good with that?
You good with that, Gary?
Yeah, I think he was the original Indiana, so I'm
Yeah.
I
pretty
thought
good with that.
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, I took space there for a second.
All right.
That was a hard question.
So let's go to sample B and same question. Date of distillation.
this one's much better on the nose.
Yeah.
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 Darker.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, bit like brown
It's
sugar.
got-
Mm-hmm.
I get like a dusty fruitiness,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like some like sawdust on top of like some berries, some massacred fruit.
You gotta massacrate it first.
Hey, that better be one of the pick names this year.
It's got to be.
I swear
we-
to God.
As soon as we get a super fruity bottle, that's
it's
definitely what it's going to be.
We'll get some shirts made for the trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just says massacrate me.
God dang.
I thought we were wearing Whiskey Tornado Speedos at the fishing.
I got mine. You didn't
That's
get yours,
not-
Brad?
I think they're still having to put more material together to make.
Hey, less
they
and
don't-
less every day, Brad.
They don't make Speedos in a 60-inch waist.
They're having to take apart the parachutes from the military.
All right.
Yeah, they do. They're those old catapults, Ben, from the freaking
Oh.
Roman age. You know, that big
That the
leather
Romans used.
strap. Yeah. Yep.
Ed never thought he'd be building them and then dismantling them all in the same lifetime.
It happened.
Yeah, Ed was there to see
Hey.
them.
Glad you got back out of
Man.
the pen.
Oh man, yeah, it was. I was telling everybody, I was like, I don't have like winter clothes. Like I mean, I can count on probably one hand the amount of times I've seen snow, and it's always been, it snows and then it's there for a day or two and it's gone. Like this was real deal snow. Like you see the parking lots and they got the snow piled up like 20 feet high, like in the middle of the parking lot. Like that is, I'm like, I don't ever see that. But it was funny too, because this is probably y'all that are around snow will get this. But when we got out of the rental car,
Ben's gonna be like, they were throwing salt in the truck on the road. Shit, that was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen.
No, it's funny you say that. So we get out of the truck, and then the next day we come back and I look where my feet were, and it looks like there was still snow there. And I'm like, the first thought that came into my head is I was like, it's so cold that that there's still snow here. It's the salt, and so it just goes to show I'm not used to that.
Oh,
It's like that for me was a new experience. So
Didn't you guys get snow in Atlanta?
we did, but again, it was only like a day.
Ben's like, honey, get the salt shakers. I saw him doing this up north.
It's funny because you feel safer on the roads in places that are used to snow versus Austin, which
for sure.
in here in
yes.
Georgia, it's just Yeah, it's totally different, but it's like it's funny because you see tons of traffic, people driving all over the place, and I was like, if this happened in Texas or Georgia, the city would shut down, people would be
Yeah.
losing their minds, and
What was it, 5 or 6 years ago? They got that freaking snowpocalypse, and basically people just aborted the mission and they jump out of their car and they just leave it in the interstate. There were like thousands of cars in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was really bad in Austin because people. So the city wasn't one. We didn't have snow plows. We didn't have they tried to kind of salt the roads, but I think the city only had 2 snow plows like that, and I'm not exaggerating. And so anyway, it froze. The freeze was what was really bad because then you had all these pipes that burst. And then the power grid totally shut down. So you had people without power for 3 days. And then also the grocery stores, everyone panic bought everything. And then the trucks couldn't get in because the roads were so bad. So it was just a mess. That was a disaster for a good 5 to 6 days.
My daughter's in North Carolina and Jacksonville, and they got snow, which was crazy. But she was saying the same thing because she grew up in Champaign, so she hasn't. If we got 6 to 8 inches, we're fine. And so she's in North Carolina and got a couple, and it was like the end of the world.
Yeah, my sister just lives north of Panama City and Chipley, and she said she sent me pictures. They got like 6 inches, 6, 7 inches.
Those pictures are crazy.
The county workers were out there on the back of trucks throwing salt. They were driving down the road throwing salt by hand.
So funny.
Gary,
cheers, buddy. I got you down.
Yeah, our covered wagons were sliding all over the place when we get snow down here in Alabama.
I bet. What do you guys think about letter B?
The more I drank it, the less I liked it.
I'm with you, Mike. I liked the nose better than the palate.
The nose is actually really interesting.
Yeah,
it's got it reminds me of like a mix between like the cherries, the maraschino cherries, and like a plum.
Yeah, I see that.
Kind of like a dark, sweet, almost a little bit bitter.
Pruny a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fruit
Yeah.
on the nose. I don't get it on the palate though. Do you?
No.
Not
Then the nose just has this little funk, and when I get that little bit of a funk, the first thing that pops in my head is wild turkey, because I pick up that little funk on turkey. But
Oak and agave, howdy. I don't think I've seen you. So cheers, man. It says Phoenix City, Alabama here.
Dang, they don't even spell things right in Alabama.
No, they don't, do they?
well, they don't know. They don't. The alphabet's missing letters in Alabama.
Maybe that's supposed to be Pahenix.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Phoenix City is the only city in Alabama that's on Eastern time because it's right next to Columbus, Georgia. So,
is that really how they spell it?
Yes, Phen.
Yeah, they spell it the way you would actually say it, maybe.
Like
not Phoenix.
Without the PH.
A Phoenix.
Maybe a little F.
I don't know. I get nothing.
It would actually make sense if it was pronounced Hennix. Just like the P is just silent. Hennix.
Yeah.
This is
anything that makes me think of a certain state. I almost just think Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, states I'm absolute horrible.
Yeah.
I'm leaning Kentucky on this one.
Yeah.
Everybody good with Kentucky?
sure.
Yeah.
If it is,
Okay. On to sample C.
is that number?
Did I label yours 1, 2, 3?
Oh, you did.
Oh,
I'm checking my.
I mean, I would not be surprised if I did, Brad.
Didn't.
Ooh, this one's
So,
interesting.
yeah, that reminds me of like a Heaven Hill. Like,
Boy, I got butterscotch on that nose.
Yeah, coming off 2 for sure.
Woo.
I'm not getting butterscotch. I'm getting like a earthy, like woody, dusty.
Mm.
Man,
I'm
I
with
don't
Brad.
know.
I got a lot of butterscotch on that one.
I did not get that.
But it also, I guess, I kind of see what you're saying, Bennett. It's got a little funk to it almost.
Like it's almost like a green woodiness. Like not like mossy, not like but like wet. Yeah, like wet wood. Like after you
Wet
chop
wood.
down a tree. Like
That's kind of when I said Heaven Hill. I kind of mean it's. I
Oh.
feel like it's a weeded. You know, like Heaven Hill. Some of their weeded stuff has that old like moss, not moss, but like a mildewy oakiness to it. Almost.
Yeah.
yeah.
Boy, that
Almost
is
like- Oh, what is it?
I was not getting it.
It's like an earthiness for sure.
Yeah.
that is 100% on the palate. There is like mildew, like
Yeah.
dank, funky.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's
butterscotch
weird.
candy on it.
Yeah.
Really?
On the nose, I get some of that musty earthiness you guys are talking about.
Hope it's not there on the palate.
I don't think it is, but if you,
No,
if you
it
taste
drinks
you
way
taste
easier after that second one.
So much spice. I get like a lot of spice, like almost
Yeah.
like jalapeno spice.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
definitely that for sure, especially after those first two.
Yeah.
Be a rye.
It's the opposite of B. This one, the palate's way better than the nose, I think.
Boy.
It's so funny when you said that, Ben, about the jalapenos. When I first drank it, all I could think about was like that oak and agave guy who was just
Yeah.
on. Because I was like, it brings me back to
agave.
agave, where you think like a spicy marg or something with tequila.
Yeah,
You know?
that's funny.
Yeah, almost like it would be finished in something.
Yeah, I believe this is a rye.
Yeah. I
What's
get
up, Gary?
kind of the caraway, fennel type spice on the palate. It's got a funky palate to me.
I like that one.
Yeah, I personally do too.
I think I'll like the best of the three so far
Yeah.
on the palate.
I lean more towards a really high rye bourbon than a full rye.
Could be.
Could be either. Yeah.
That could be a.
You guys got state of distillation on C?
I'm just not getting any of that spice from rye.
I'm going to take a flyer on it and say Maryland.
No, for
Maryland.
Speaking of Maryland,
Sagamore.
Hey, I just got the Sagamore 9-year. I stumbled across that out here, and you can't beat that for $60.
Dude, Sagamore has done some really good stuff,
seeing
man.
that.
Mm-hmm.
It is so good.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
Texas. I'm back in Texas again.
All right.
No, it's Mexico where the agave is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Oak and Agave's asking if your shirt is a 13th colony.
It is. Yep. Yep. I went up there. I won the chance to purchase one of their double oaks this past January, maybe. I think it was. I don't know when it was.
Nice.
So I went up there and I got the bottle signed. They signed the bottle, and I got a couple shirts, and we did a tour. It was pretty fun.
At the
Pretty
distillery.
nice guys.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, sweet.
I've never been there.
Yeah, they're pretty. Everyone is super cool.
How far is that from you?
For me, it's I think 5.5 hours. But we were actually headed to my wife's friends in South Carolina near Columbus. So we just went up there the night before, went there in the morning, and then headed over to their place. So it wasn't too bad.
Nice.
But now Mike's 5.5 hours is a typical person's 7 hours on the road.
I've never
Well,
even had my 13th colony.
For me, 5.5 hours, that's just getting out of Florida.
That's
So,
true. That's
everywhere I go, if I leave here, it's 5 hours just to get to Valdosta. So
Yep.
13th colony is good, Gary. If I had any, I'd send you a sample, but I don't have any.
Yeah,
Back
I'll
home,
send you a sample.
That'd be
5.5
awesome.
hours won't even get you out of the county in Montana.
All right, what do you guys think? State on 3.
I think it's a bourbon, but I got no freaking clue on the state.
It's amazing how I get a burn in the back of my throat like I'm eating a jalapeno.
Yeah, it has that spice.
It's like deep in the back. It's like down here, like it's not like a rye spice, like that's up in your mouth.
The only whiskey or bourbon I get that on is Chattanooga. And all Chattanooga stuff has that high spicy. But I don't know if I'm willing to lean Tennessee.
I could go Tennessee. I could be.
I got no clue, so I'd go with you, Ed, on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I would. Say
I like the trash talking from the chat.
That's my nice loving son-in-law there.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
All right.
Keep it coming, Evan. Keep it coming.
Coming in hot.
That's how Brad became a regular on the channel. The first time he just gave Ed tons of shit, and we were like, "Yep, he's good."
That's basically, yeah.
I got a good story.
That's the rite of passage to make it on a live stream with the tornado. Is bust Ed's balls for an hour solid, and you're good. You're in for the rest of it.
You can thank Brandy Carlisle for having a day off for Ed being
That's
here
right.
tonight.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yes.
I mean, if my taste in music's better than yours, I can't fault that. I'm sorry.
We'll see. I'm bringing my record player to the fishing trip. I got some records on my brain.
Okay.
Nice.
I got to tell a quick.
I can't wait to hear that hillbilly garbage.
Hey Ed.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Ed.
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 There it is. One.
Can I please get on that compilation someday, man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gary, I got. I'll clip from earlier. You're good. We'll get you on there.
Yep. There you go.
What were you gonna say, Gary?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
what are you
say,
gonna say?
I got a story on Brad. When we were at the Barrels for Hope, event, and we went to Starlight, and I hadn't met any of you guys at this point. And we get on the bus, and I'm sitting down there, and Brad comes down the aisle and sits next to me, which was great. We had a great talk on that, 45-minute drive or whatever there. And we go in, and I actually end up sitting with all you guys when we do the barrel tasting.
Yep.
And they told us when we're on the bus, and Kim was leading our bus, and she says, "Okay, we're gonna do like high school. So look who's next to you, and make sure they're on the bus when we leave." So when we get out, I was by myself there and didn't know you guys that well yet. So I'm wandering around, and I was one of the first people on the bus. So I sat farther up. Didn't think we were supposed to necessarily have to sit in our seat. So I'm sitting up there, and I see Brad walk by. So I said, "Okay, Brad's on the bus. I'm all good. I did my job." And Brad had no clue. He didn't see me. He didn't know I was on there. So then at the event, the main event, I ended up sitting at the table with all you guys again, and Brad's sitting there, and I don't know how it came up, and Brad said something about, "Yeah, I never saw you, Gary." I go, "Yeah, what's the deal? You were supposed to check, if I was there." And he goes, "Well, I kind of thought, I don't see Gary. He's an adult. If he's not on this bus, it's his own damn fault."
Wow.
That was my introduction to Brad.
Wow. Well done. Well done.
That's amazing. Yeah, we love Brad. Brad's one of the best. All right, did you guys decide the state? You guys are really tossing this one around.
State Oaxaca.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Me either.
State of confusion.
Yeah.
I expected this one to throw you guys off.
Oh.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's like finished or something. I don't know.
It's not finished.
I did not send you guys anything finished tonight.
Nothing finished. Okay.
So you're right.
I won't say that I thought B was finished then.
It's so funny when you do blinds how you can really convince yourself that so much is finished.
Yeah.
It's such a weird one.
I'm just sticking with rye because I just for some reason I keep going on the palate, and I wouldn't have gotten that on the nose.
That's good, Brad, but I didn't ask you if it was a rye.
Well, if Ed's rye, I'd go with Ed's Maryland. I think that's as good as one as it.
I'm either there or Tennessee because I get that.
I'm fine with that. We can do Maryland.
All right.
We can
All right.
on Ed if it's
You going with
wrong.
Maryland?
It's gonna be
Sure.
freaking. It's gonna be Mississippi or something.
All right. Now we'll
At least
go
I get
with
the M right.
we'll go with price. What would you pay for A, B, and C?
Goodness.
Oh, wow.
For A,
I'd
I'd
give you
go
$40. Yep.
I would go.
I would not give you a dime over 40 for A.
Yeah, I agree
Everybody
with that.
good with that?
Need
Yeah.
some water.
Yeah, I
Yep.
agree.
I'd pay $40 and then I wouldn't pay it again.
Okay, we'll go
Exactly.
40 for A. You know, I love this because usually I send you guys just mostly bangers, and today I didn't. So the fact that you're actually calling out one that I don't think is a banger is pretty awesome. All
B is
right.
better than A.
I'm gonna
What
go.
about B?
See, I'd go 30 on B because I'm.
Oh, really? I was gonna go 50.
Yeah,
I
I mean-
think it's slightly better than A.
Okay.
Yeah, I agreed.
I may be swayed to go 50 on B.
I was thinking 40, 50, and the next one 60 for me. But it gradually got better for me.
If
And
I'm
I know
being,
that
like,
last one was a little divisive, but
if I'm being like picky, I would even bump A down to like 30 so that B would be 40. Because I'm like thinking it's $50. What are you getting at $50? And it's
Right.
like there's so much
Well,
stuff that would be
yeah,
way better.
Okay.
I could
I'm
see
with
that.
If you're going that, I would even go $20 on A. I'm not kidding because
Yeah, like,
I'm thinking to myself,
like, it feels like a
Knob Creek 9 is $30, and that's way better than any of this than A or B.
Yeah.
I would
All
like
right,
to say,
$29.99.
like old granddad 114 or like something kind of like in that range.
Just OGD bottled and bond.
Yeah, Evan
You know.
Williams, bottled and bond. Like
So
something
are
like
we
those,
changing
like,
it? Are we going 20?
Yeah, $20 on A.
I'm
25? We'll do 25. We'll give it a little
All right.
respect.
I like
Give
that.
him a break.
Still
I'd say,
going,
yeah, like
still going 40
$25.
on B?
No,
35.
35?
35 feels fair. And then, yeah, like 45 for me on.
Yeah. Yeah. 45, 50,
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's clear to say C is probably your favorite among the three.
barely.
Yeah.
I'm with Gary. Yeah, barely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
If those were the three that I had to drink the rest of my life, then yes.
Okay. Now, what if I told you there's an allocated bottle in here that people have paid over $250?
I 100% believe it.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
I'm just praying I wasn't one of those people.
You know,
Now you guys got to tell me which is the allocated bottle in the flight.
It's
B.
not back there, right?
I think it's B. It like
I
that,
think
like
it is B.
that plum note is not something that I get a lot in whiskeys, and that is actually like if it had a better like palate, I would have probably scored it much higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just more traditional. It's something that people are like would if a
Is that?
heritage distiller put it out, people would be like, "Oh yeah, this is fantastic." Even though not knowing what it is, we scored it $35 a bottle.
B is actually better than going back to it. B is better than what it was the first time through. That one's actually. I could see this being like $100 bottle actually. Now that I'm like going back through it, because that red fruit note, like I just love red fruit in whiskeys, and typically you don't get that on a lot of like cheaper stuff.
true.
I almost thought B was finished and I got so much fruit off it at times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see B.
We probably should have gone through them the opposite direction, but it's all right.
You guys can
Yeah.
change your answers. So what do you guys? I think you probably are all in agreement on the highest proof. What do you think the highest proof is? Which
C.
one?
C, I would
C.
say C.
I personally thought it was B. I think that one drank hotter for me.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason, again, C for me. I didn't get anything up front, and it was all in the back and like after, and I got nothing up front.
I'd go with C, I think, for some
Proof wise, C.
C for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, none of these are monster proofs, right? They're all kind of low. All right, you guys want the big reveal on the first three, and then we'll do our last.
What's the grains of the three?
Okay, well let's do it. What do you think?
Obviously,
I
we think
you guys were all saying that one was a high rye, right?
A is high rye. Yeah, I figured that one out. I mean,
And that's true.
I'm gonna go with whiskey.
Well, of course Mike did because he knows all about that. He's
no,
good
I
like
was saying
that.
I figured that out. I mean,
Well,
come
you're
on,
good
it's
like
got to
that.
be obvious.
Yeah, clearly you figured it out.
I won't say I thought it was weeded then. I'll just shut up.
C is the
not
one I
weeded.
thought was weeded.
Is there any in here you think is weeded?
I thought C was weeded. With that funk that I got, that Heaven Hill, I kind of got a Heaven Hill funk on C, which I only get on Heaven Hill's weeded products.
So C is actually a 4 grain.
Okay.
So you're right. There's
All
some weed in there, which probably I think you're exactly right, Mike. I think that's where you guys are getting a little bit of that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll reveal one for you guys, which is your lowest. This is Bardstown's High Rye.
Oh,
And was that was A?
That thing was not great.
Yep, that's the Origin series.
Shit.
So it's the white label Origin.
Because that's
I think
what do they sell that for? Like $60?
like $40.
Yeah, I think it's
$40.
40,
Okay.
40, 50.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, it's not great.
There's a lot better stuff out there for even cheaper for sure.
And that's 6 years, right?
Yeah,
They-
I think
they-
so.
5 or 6, yeah.
I think they put those out. They didn't
Yeah.
start putting those out till 6.
Yeah, it's
That's
6
not
years.
great. That's not great. Like I would expect more from them for that.
I agree, but
All right.
really hit or miss on that discovery. It's most are good and a couple are great, but I've had a couple that were they were not worth a third of what you paid for them.
All right, you guys have any bottle guesses on 2? It is
C?
the allocated bottle in the bunch.
So how did we do on the state? We bonked the state.
Yeah,
on
you
It's
said
again-
Indiana, so it was Kentucky.
It's Kentucky. Yeah, I just saying.
This one is
The second one?
No idea.
No, second one's
Second-
not a weeder.
No,
Second one is. Oh, you said people pay over $200 for it.
Yeah, I've
Then it's not.
I don't know
Then
what
it's not Wild
secondary is
Turkey because
now.
they're paying more than that retail.
The retail is probably pretty close to what you guys thought it should be worth.
yeah, probably why I don't.
Wild Turkey 70th.
I could see that tasting like Wild Turkey blind.
What you just said makes me think of Weller.
Yeah, Elmer T. Lee. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I don't know.
Don't know? All right, I'll tell you guys what it is.
I don't have any sample left.
You were there, Mike. It's
Oh,
Elmer.
hey, look at that.
Oh my God.
That's Elmer T. Lee, which
No,
I've
that's
never
crazy.
been overly impressed with at all. I've always been
Me
blown
neither.
away by people who chase this bottle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Good. Now I will
I've actually never had it either. And yeah, that was not.
As soon as you said it was close to the price we said, but people pay over 200, that's what I thought. Elmer T. Lee.
Buffalo Trace for sure. Overpriced.
I almost threw out, but I was like, is this Buffalo Trace? But then
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace, I get a grapey note on, and so I wasn't getting that.
did not get
But
Well, you guys were getting tons of fruit, and I think Buffalo Trace is very fruity. It just, I guess, kind of depends on how you interpret that fruit note.
Right.
But the problem is he threw us off asking us to name the states. They're all from Kentucky.
Everything's from Kentucky so far. Yeah.
Everything's not from Kentucky.
Uh-oh. What state did we say the last one? Oh, Maryland, didn't we?
You said Maryland.
Yeah, it's from Kentucky.
A lot of your guesses make a lot of sense, but the last one is Hard Truth 4-grain bourbon.
No.
Dang.
Indiana.
Huh.
Dang.
And what is that? That's $60. That's a $60 bottle, right?
It might even be. It might even be more.
Yeah.
Might be 70,
What's the
75.
proof on
Yeah.
It's
So the proof on it's 100.
100?
100.
Not here. I can get that for 45 at Kroger.
The 4-grain? The 4-grain
Yeah.
bourbon? Oh, well, if
I'm
it's
pretty
45,
sure.
they have a lot of they have
have to
they have a
look.
bottled and bond, they have a
Yeah.
weeded, they have a bunch of different ones, but the 4-grain's by far my favorite.
I've been sipping on the wheated. It's not bad. It's pretty good for the price point. Very fair.
I'll have to look again at Kroger, but I don't remember them being over $50. And I don't know. I could be wrong, but still, I definitely get 50 for that. That's good.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it's
good.
I figured you guys would pick that over the Elmer T. Lee. I kind of just wanted to show that, you know, everybody
Right.
chased Elmer T. Lee. There is still stuff better than some of the allocated stuff we chase that's sitting on the shelves.
Yep.
You know?
100. Oh, that's way better now. That's really good now.
It's got a
Going
good
back to
mouthfeel
sea?
to it. And,
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I also think too, if you sat down with Elmer T. Lee on its own and didn't have anything else, it would be enjoyable. It would be fine. But to chase it as much as we do is
it's only what is it, 90 proof?
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
not bad. It just wasn't exceptional.
Right.
Because it,
Right.
it used to be like a $30 to $40 bottle.
I think $30 from what I'd heard.
Yeah, and so it was like that. I mean, that was one that people would like put in their golf bag, or you know, it's like one of those ones that's just it's not going to be offensive. Everyone's going to like it. It's easy, and it fits that. But then it's just jumped way up in popularity.
It's insane.
Before the bourbon boom, that was my that one and the Knob Creek. Not one of the Knob Creeks was like my go-to old fashioned.
Yeah,
You put that in old fashioned all day long, no problem. I never thought I should buy a case at a time.
yeah.
I tell you one
Kendall
opening.
said he likes the Hard Truth weeded. Nice.
Hey, one
Sorry,
that's-
Brad. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. I was saying one that's good to open up your night with, and for retail MSRP, it is. I still think it's very good. Is Weller Special Reserve.
You know, if you can get it for MSRP, it's nice.
Awesome for $40.
Agree with you.
Yeah, they have that one all over in Texas, and it's like 20, 25.
20, yeah,
like that.
25, 29 is the most I've ever paid for it.
Yeah,
I've seen places where you go in, they got them for $100. I'm like,
yeah. No way.
No.
Yeah. Ben, they have
Oh,
a
yeah.
power store. You and I did the Black Friday thing at. They almost. I mean, about 80% of the time they have the Weller Special Reserve at MSRP.
At what?
Yeah.
MSRP?
Masurpy.
MSRP.
What is Masurpy? Is that like Mississippi and Slurpee and what is that?
what he puts on his waffles. I put a little Mississippi on my waffles.
Slurpee.
With some macerated fruit.
That's right.
You massacre too much, you'll go blind.
Easy.
All right, let's get into D&E, the good stuff.
That's what she did.
Damn.
Times are tough. I'm only sending you 2 good bottles, 2 good pours this year.
So on this one, all I really care to know is which one you like best, and And if you know one of them is going to be Bowman Cask Strength, and if you have a bottle guess on the other one, that's fine. If not, no big deal.
And off the nose, E seems pretty nice. And
E is.
Brad, that was the one that had the.
I'm a fan. Big fan of E on the nose. That was good.
Man, coming off those other three, D just. Woo! I haven't had E yet.
Immediately, like the mouth feel like it just immediately is different.
Yeah,
Like,
these are different animals.
Yeah.
So much different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Get the tongue sweats.
Holy smokes!
I can see why you said, like, immediately when I
Man.
tried D, I was like, oh, that one feels, I can feel some parts of that being Bowman. And then I went nose the other one, and I'm like, oh, okay. Without even trying the other one, I'm like, I could see that one being it. So you did a good job.
Yeah,
That's
these are
awesome. They're very close.
these are very, very close. Very close.
The finish on D goes on and on.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot different than the first three, where you got to bury your nose in the glass to get stuff, and this one you go, whoa, okay, all right, well, smelling salts are working.
Yeah, these
Oh man,
one of these will kick you in the nuts and toss you around the room for sure.
Okay.
E, that was E for sure. I think that's my guess for what it is, because Bowman Cask Strength is a higher proof.
That's
and
E. Bowman's E. And you know what? Here's the good news.
Ooh, shit.
Bought a bottle at the Black Friday sale, and I'm sure he'll be bringing it down to the 50 to share with everybody.
Nice.
I did get a bottle of it. I haven't opened it yet. So that is.
Yo, you haven't opened it yet?
Well, you're saving it, right?
I'm saving it.
Yeah, those both
Both damn good.
Boy, D is good.
I get that. E, I get the more of the fruit on, like you were saying with the Buffalo Trace products and stuff. You know.
He has visions of stag. Like visions of punching in the chest, burning for a good minute.
I can see that. Yeah,
You
I
know?
can see that for sure.
D just feels more rounded to me. It feels more balanced. E just kind of. They're both really good, but for my palate, E is just
He just seems sweeter. Like whereas Stag, like you were saying, Stag Juniors. You know, a lot of the ones.
It's good,
they're not
but
super overly sweet as much as they're powerful, strong. Like you can feel them. You know.
oh.
You ever seen that guy in Vegas that holds a sign up and you can kick him in the nuts for $20? That's what E is. Just like wham, wham, wham.
that E to D. That I get a lot more sweet flavor coming out of D going back.
D has this really velvety caramel finish that's pretty fantastic.
Which one, Ed?
D.
Yeah, I almost think I'm liking
Man.
even more than E.
I'm beginning to get there too, Gary.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more oakiness on D.
They're damn close though, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The nose is definitely different though. Like I actually prefer E's nose versus D.
Yeah, I could see that, Ben.
E is a lot more complex.
Yeah. D has a little more ethanol-y nose to me than E does.
There's
Did you kick him in the nuts, Kendall? For $20, I mean, it's worth it.
I mean, shit.
Never done it. It's a good
I
story.
can't. No.
He can't have any, right? Like,
No,
he can't have any.
either there he's wearing a coat.
He's one of them people that, like, he just doesn't feel pain, you know, kind of thing. Because
I
he's
feel
on
the pain.
he's on so much meth.
Yeah, that's just it, Mike. Like, it hurt you to kick him there, right?
Yeah.
Cringe yourself.
Yeah, I couldn't do that just off principle. Nope.
My sphincter's getting tight just talking about it.
That's a first.
I don't need you saying sphincter on this.
No. The more he says it, the more mine massacrates. So.
No, but
prolapses.
Ooh, we're not going there.
Oh yeah, if we were on a fishing trip, this would definitely be off the rails. But
Yeah.
It's been off the rails at 11 o'clock this morning.
Right.
That is
D.
one thing I'm committed. I am very
I'm with
committed.
you, Ed.
I will not be drinking heavily before we go on the boat. I am not gonna chance. I am not gonna chance being sick in a vehicle, like being that level of sick, and then getting on a boat. Oh my god!
That's why you got to start drinking when you get on the boat.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not.
After you're on the boat, right, Mike?
AM. I hope.
No, after your ass gets off the boat,
yeah,
that's when the consumption.
You're
That's
not on
when
a
the
boat if you
consumption
don't got a
starts.
beer in your hand. Come on.
yeah. Doesn't
Here's
just,
Modelo and
fine.
lime?
just take a Dramamine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I don't, trust me, I'm going to the doctor and he's getting me some high proof shit.
The
I'm
patches
going when I go into
behind
this.
the ear. You get the
I'm not
patch.
getting seasick on the boat. And I go on boats a
Absolutely not.
fair amount.
We go to Hawaii on Saturday, and we've got a cruise around like the north side of the island to do whale watching and stuff. And
Oh yeah.
I'm not nervous for me, but I'm nervous for my wife.
Mhm.
Did y'all see the video of that guy that was kayaking and he got
Yes.
swallowed
Swallowed and spit out.
I never.
Crazy.
That was. I mean, like, what goes through your head? You're like, I'm inside a fucking whale. I'm in a
I
whale.
think it was like a shark. You have to like think it was like a shark. It was like a like a situation where
Like,
the
your
megalodon just
entire
came.
vessel is gone.
You know what would go through my head instantly? I'm not even joking. I'd be like, I'm going to be known as the guy who got ate by the whale. Remember Lance? He's the one that got ate by the whale. Oh, yeah.
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 Going biblical on you and going, I'm not Jonah. I'm not Jonah.
Right. All right. That was one of the wildest things I think I've ever seen. Because he went down and then boom, he spit him right back out.
The problem with me is no one would believe me because I don't videotape stuff
yeah,
out
could
on
you
the water. I
imagine
don't
trying
do
to
any of
tell
that.
People that.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
dude, you're never gonna believe what happened. I was
I
swallowed
got
by the whale. He spit me up, and they're gonna be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mike,
How
if you
much
told us
bourbon
that
were you
story,
drinking?
there is zero chance any of us would believe
There's
it.
less
They're
than zero
like, there's
chance.
no way he could take that much food in at once.
I'm
It
still
was like, no, actually, Mike, I believe that he spit you out because
We're like, something's foul. We gotta spit
It's like
this
when
one
you
out.
when you see a cobra that's trying to, or a python that's trying to eat like a
Trying to eat a deer.
yeah.
A deer, and it's like trying to stretch its mouth and it can't.
and one of the legs is like not cooperating. That's what's going on.
One big hairy krill.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing, Ed. I
Yeah.
hope your buddy realizes that most of the people going on his boat are, more than 150 pounds. He's got a weight limit on that boat, I'm sure.
Oh, that's a fair point. Has he checked
we're
it?
gonna get out there, and it's just gonna be this guy with this tiny little boat and a motor on the back. He's like, "All right, boys, let's go."
No, we're good. We're gold. Because I've fished with guys that are extremely large individuals, so we're good.
Extremely large individuals.
6'5", 6'6", 290, 300. I mean, those are big humans. There's one right down there in the bottom, right over there.
Right here.
Let's say I've hit 290 before.
Pocket.
That ain't nothing.
I was gonna say I'm
That ain't
I'm
nothing.
6'3", 290, so
I mean, so we're good.
Brad definitely bigger than me.
I did it at 5'10", Mike.
He's like, I'm 5'10", 290. He's like, I was just square.
Yeah. No, he's
Those
round.
crabs had to work extra hard.
Yeah, that's why they're so big, man.
That's why he has cankles.
Yep. All right. So, what you guys think? Which is the Bowman?
I think
Yeah.
E's the Bowman, but I like D better.
So the longer they're sitting, the more they're separating for me, and I'm actually liking E more.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd like either. Yeah, I think he's better.
I agree.
I think it's got more like of that fruitiness on it.
I think
That
it's
sweet.
I think D.
So Mike, Brad, and
D's
Ben
fool's
are,
gold.
are E.
Yeah.
Gary, you like D.
I do.
What about you, Ed?
D.
We all knew Ed likes the D.
We knew it. We knew it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys have any guesses on what? What
Fucking
one of
shocker face on Brad.
I do think the Bowman is E.
I
these- Do you have any guesses on what the other bottle is?
Oh,
Oh,
Shouldn't be too
Probably.
hard, right? We know Bowman is Buffalo Trace distillate.
if you want
Yeah,
something
Stag
close,
Junior.
it seems like it'd be a stag.
Stag Junior. Yep.
there you go. I'd go with that.
So that's what D is. Stag Junior 24C.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
It's one of the latest batches I've been able to get.
Yeah.
That's surprising
That is very surprising.
that
Yeah.
it drinks that. It's not that aggressive.
I'm with you.
It's
Ed.
it is 128.9 proof.
Is
Okay.
not feel aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I especially
enjoy
next
the hell out of
next
that.
to that Bowman Cask Strength, which is like 132 maybe.
hmm
No, I'm sorry, it's 135.
130. Yeah. I thought it was 138.
And it's also 9 years, where I assume what's stag
Isn't
now?
Stag
7 to
six?
9?
6
Yeah,
or 7,
okay.
I thought.
Okay.
Or 7.
It's somewhere in that range. It's like a blend of a few different things, but
That Bowman is just super complex to me, and that is just
There's a
all
lot going on.
the time I sip it.
Yeah, it's a good bottle, man, for $100.
Oh, it's really good. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, if you can find it,
you
it's great.
Yeah, right.
They don't. They're not in Florida, so I don't see them.
Hey Ben,
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not seen this either.
they gave us heck for getting there at 4 a.m. and sitting out in the cold, and but we got a lot of good bottles at that. You got your
yeah.
boat, Frank.
hey Lance, were you sitting out in the cold when you got that Bowman? Nope.
No.
I was sitting right next to you when you got the text.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, that was when we had the recliner chronicles. I remember your old buddy texted you the next day.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I haven't drank much of it. I've been sampling it out to you guys, and
It is good. It is really
Oh, yeah.
good. But tonight, I could pour both those tomorrow, and Bowman might kick the Stag's ass. But right now,
They're
Stag's
both
just hitting
great.
right, and yeah,
If you can get
yeah,
a stack,
you can definitely tell it's Buffalo Trace distillate, though. I mean,
right,
I agree.
it's
for
they're
sure.
close.
The thing that is different, or the thing that I was thinking about the whole time I was drinking it, is when the Bowman Cask Strength first came out, when they released batch 1, people were going crazy for it because it was supposed to be like, oh, this is basically George T. Stag,
Right.
because it basically has the same specs, but it's like, it is not the same. So basically, I don't know what they're doing different, if it's like their pot still that they use or whatever, but it's
Gosh, dang.
Because
it's
don't
not
they
the
just
same.
don't they distill it again?
That's what I think, because it's like a pot still. If I'm remembering right, they do have like a second process
On the
that they
Bowman
do.
or on
Yeah.
Stag?
On the
The
Bowman.
Bowman.
On the Bowman.
Yeah.
Okay.
They finished that up in Virginia, don't they?
Yeah.
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 That,
You get more
I
fruit.
think it's
on-
brighter than the Stag.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. It's not as dark to me as the Stag
Yeah.
is, even
But-
at the extra years.
Man.
but for $69, that Stag, well, as we call it, Stag Junior now, that's a heck of a deal. Every time I can get one at MSRP, I'm great.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not even a question. I mean,
No.
honestly, I'd rather. I mean, any Stag's it always has been one of my favorite. If I see any Stag for 150 or under, I'm buying it. I mean,
Mhm.
I've bought a lot worse stuff for more. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're never gonna have one that's bad. Even if you have ones that are like off, they're still they're still better
Yeah.
than 99% of the stuff that you're going to find on the shelf at the same price.
I tell you what,
My buddy was trying to get me to buy one of those double oaks, the Woodford Reserve double oaks. They had them at our Total Wine when we were in there, and I'm just like, I'm not spending $200 on that bottle. I can't.
It was $159 at Costco here, and I was like,
oh really?
I'm still not pulling the trigger on that.
Yeah,
it's just not happening.
It's crazy.
What do you guys think Eagle Rare 12 is going to cost? I mean, if you see it.
That's going to be interesting.
I feel like
the first year it's going to be outrageous.
Yeah.
Well, what do you
probably
think
like
Buffalo
150.
Trace is going to say the SRP is?
79.
100?
They'll say $79.95 or something like
What's
that.
the proof that they're going to do on it? Is it going to be the same proof as the...
I think it's 95. It's higher proof than Eagle Rare, but not much.
So are they going to switch
could
the
see them
Eagle
doing
Rare
100.
to just that? Will that be the new Eagle Rare?
I think they're still having regular Eagle Rare.
Yeah, I doubt it. I mean that Eagle Rare they have now it's younger and it's gone automatically. So I don't imagine they'd stop that production.
Yeah.
Hard to beat a 10-year-old bourbon for $49. That's strong.
Yeah, and Eagle Rare is always good. I mean,
It's solid. Yeah.
If I see it at MSRP, I'm picking it up.
Right.
Yep. And
I've seen it on shelves more and more. Like I've seen, I've started to see some stuff starting to sit around a little bit more that you used to see just get snatched up right away. Like definitely the secondary market has come down substantially over the past couple of years.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm much more willing now to just buy it secondary since the prices are down a little bit and get what I want and not do
and not buy a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like Weller single barrel used to be like people were paying like $750, $800 for that bottle, and it's come down to like $450 or like a little bit under that.
That's
so
still crazy.
That's a $40 bottle. If you take it blind, it's a $40 bottle. It probably is about what Elmer T. Lee is blind. It's like
I actually really liked it when now not $450, but I really liked it when you sent us a sample of it that one time. I do remember really liking that more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
The batches that I wanted to really crap on was the CYPB.
Yep.
I wanted to really hate on that, but I'm like,
good.
Okay, this is pretty damn good.
You're right.
Yeah.
But not the single barrel. I'm kind of in Lance's camp. I'm like, nah, it's $50. It's okay. But that CYPB was shockingly good.
There's rumors of Buffalo Trace doing CYPB single barrels, but I mean it's
the problem you have is,
and you'll never get one.
Any single barrel, it's gonna vary. So you could you could be a single barrel fucking king with 10 different single barrels from Weller. They're all going to be different. And if you paid an exorbitant amount for that bottle, each one of them, it's not, I don't think the value is there because not all of them are going to taste great, you know.
Yeah, case in point,
I personally think any of the Weller single barrels, I get less that taste great compared to the ones that taste just okay. I'd rather buy a, you know, this is what I started with tonight. I'd rather buy that or a 107, you know, something like that.
Well, 107 for sure.
Yeah, 107 for sure. But I mean, even the reserve is like for $30.
Yep.
I'd much rather drink that than pay $200 or more for something that you don't know is going to be any good. And that's with not most, but some different, all of their Buffalo Traces single barrel lines.
Yeah, like the E.H. Taylor single barrels. Those things are so freaking crazily different. Oh my God. I have one here and Lance and I tasted it. That thing is wild.
I still have your sample. I haven't because I love it so much.
That is so bizarre.
The last one I bought, I it's right up here somewhere. I the only reason I bought it is because my buddy who has his store got a case of them, and he opened one of them up. We tried it, and we're like, "Wow, this is a good batch." So I bought one of the bottles. That's the only reason. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise because
a flyer. I didn't even. I mean, my buddy in Montana, he's like, "Hey, I got a couple E.H. Taylor single barrels." I'm like, "I'll take one."
I think most people. I think most people that taste Ed's would not like it. It is really funky, but it's so unique that it's crazy.
Yeah. If you go into it with the mindset of small batch, you're going to take one drink and go, nope. But if you go in and just like drink it for what it is, it's different and it's fun. It's good.
You guys see Buffalo Trace is raffling off a Pappy 15 single barrel?
Yeah, it went for $3 million, $2 million. Yeah.
I think the bid on it currently is like $3 million.
Yeah, it started at 550. TJ sent the text and he goes, "Hey guys, here's our next power bourbon pick." And it was at 550 and he goes, "Pony up, Chuck." But then he sent that text and it was like 2.8 was the latest. But then I heard it's over 3 million.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's insane.
That's a whole different level, right?
Can you imagine going in and dropping 3 million and then they just roll out 3 barrels for you to try? You're like, no.
Right.
No, you're taking me through this whole fucking warehouse.
Yep.
I wonder. I do wonder, like, how many barrels they would have in total, like for that year, that you could even choose from. I'd be curious.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good question because you're always at their mercy. I mean, we all like to think we pick these amazing single barrels, but it's whatever 3 to 4 barrels they roll out for you, and then you're just
right.
You're talking about 10% difference between each one.
Yeah, they're like, go grab the 4 worst barrels we have. Let's bring them out. Let's get rid of them for $3 million.
Right.
That's where I think about the very early like Russell's picks or like really any single barrel picks before it really became popular when like everyone now has a single barrel pick. Those distilleries, I'm sure they used to really give people like special treatment and stuff like
those
that. And
Knob Creek picks, man. Some of those were like freaking 15, 16-year barrels.
Yeah. Now it seems extremely common on all the picks I've been on where everyone is immediately, even when we don't share our results, the majority of people instantly are throwing out one of the barrels, and it's always the same.
Right.
It's pretty. So I don't know if they purposely do that, but there's definitely, I wouldn't call it a shitter, but there's definitely a barrel in there that's not as good as the rest of them you're tasting.
A lot of the places I go when we do barrel picks, they're like, well, we really like this. This is off profile for what we do around here, and that's the one everyone gets rid of. And I'm like, yeah, okay, it's off profile. It's just it's shit.
It's a bad
trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, that one's went through 6 other groups before us.
Yeah, right. I was just about to say that. I guarantee they've got like a barrel that they just roll out there because also they don't want to have to like keep bringing out a bunch of these different barrels and then having to sample them out and like slowly take little bits. I'm sure they just have like a sample barrel that they just throw into every single lineup, and that's what they know it's a bad barrel and they know people won't pick it, and so they just keep rolling it out there.
Yeah, we did it.
Do you get on a pick like Starlight where Christian hopping around like a freaking spider monkey and you get to taste 31 barrels or whatever? He's just picking from all over the place. So,
he's insane, man.
He is crazy.
You go out on the barrel pick, dude. This is the first time ever that my buddy, we went on a barrel pick out there.
Here's Kevin.
And I've never seen him get hammered.
What's up, Kevin?
You've never seen him
went out there
hammered?
And got hammered, bro.
Really?
Sleeping at lunch. I mean,
whoa,
it was crazy. A lot of fun, though.
The last pick I was at Starlight, we had a few people pass out at the lunch table.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Like, straight pass out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, there's not a distillery around that has a better lunch than Starlight.
That lunch we had at the Barrels for Hope,
Mm-hmm.
that was crazy.
That was the best food we had there.
Yes,
Yep.
The ice cream, that was my favorite.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Ice cream afterwards.
Ice cream.
I wanted to
Hey, the ice cream was good. I didn't get fat by accident. That was good ice cream, man.
It was good.
it was like crazy farm to table, super fresh. The food was excellent.
Mhm.
Yeah, it made
Yeah,
dinner.
they do it up right.
Yep. They do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I'm excited for this year's Barrels for Hope event, though. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be more laid back. We're going to, we get to bring all our bottle share bottles to the event, which will be
That'll be crazy. That'll be fun.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to that. Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah, in Nashville. It'll be a great time, man. I'm excited.
Maybe this time we won't have any presidential candidates get shot or shot at. That was the craziest thing. We're in the middle of our stuff, and everybody's like, "Trump got shot! Trump got shot! Trump got shot!"
Yeah, you have these moments in your life that are bookmarked by like a song or an event.
Yes.
Every time I hear Trump's name, I think of him getting shot and us at the Barrels for Hope event, and people coming in going, "Trump got shot," and you're going, "What? No way!"
Yeah.
Now turn off your phones and go in here and act normal.
Right.
Right.
Let's go in
Figure it
there
out
and
later.
cry.
Yeah, let's go in here and cry.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No
Every
shit.
single person,
Gee-
every one of y'all just
Jesus.
weeping, getting up on that stage, just
Yeah.
weeping.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
big old pussies.
That's fair.
Oh. Wow.
I think
Mr.
this year-
Empathetic over there.
I think this year will be. I say we
It's
won't
gonna
cry,
be the
but
same.
You will. Yes, you will.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
the
for 100%. Yeah,
The cause, and it just
the biggest
it
of them
means
all.
so much.
probably.
Ed
Guaranteed.
blamed me last year when I lost it, and then he said he lost it.
Fuck, and then
Me.
5 minutes later, I'm over there trying to hide. Go, it's ridiculous, Jesus.
Yeah. It's
When you drag a 7-year-old out on stage, and if you don't cry, get the fuck out of the building. I'm sorry, get out,
Yeah,
dude. Come on.
yeah. Saying thanks for my trip to Disney. It's like,
I was holding back, trying. Come on, get off the stage. You suck.
Well, when I got Ben back to the room later, he cried.
That was pain.
Good Lord.
Oh, holy
That's
crap.
a different cry.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay. Lance just got kicked off YouTube.
I'm never sharing your room with
And
anybody.
then, I don't remember.
That was something.
Oh.
You were on this mic.
Really, the only word for it is.
Do you remember
Oh,
Lance, and I think Mike too, the text I sent you before Ben came in from the picture I took?
I don't remember.
Wow.
It's probably best.
it's probably
I don't remember, but I'm gonna think about it.
I'm gonna have to go back through my texts.
Yeah.
it's probably best you don't.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is when I book the rooms, you two are sharing the room, right?
We have to share a room. We don't get our own rooms.
For the fishing, for the fishing trip.
Oh
I think
my
you got
gosh,
you
Michael.
two and a queen.
I'm sorry.
Sharing a bed.
Are we sharing beds? We don't
No.
each have our own bed. Oh,
I have my own room.
God, are you guys that drunk? Come on.
No, hell no.
We
I'm like,
each-
there's no way.
but Ben may slide over at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah. Your rooms have a door that you can go into.
Well, I'm just hoping that Hermione will show up at some point.
Oh my God.
that sounds really bad for people who don't have context.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm-
Which I don't. Gary, were you privy to the? What's that?
I didn't get that one.
Oh.
Hermione. So yeah.
We had a Halloween stream where we were all Harry Potter characters, and Ben was Hermione, and Brad was Hagrid, and he hit
Yep,
on
that's where that
her
one
all
came
night
from.
long. It was pretty funny.
It was crazy.
It was
Yeah.
classic.
There were some good ones. There were some good ones
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna tell you guys, one of the things that last one we had was the bottle shares. Those
Yes.
NBC picks, and of course our NBC pick was
Dude.
phenomenal. But also those others that were at the bottle shares, man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be hard pressed to go by a liquor store that has that I know does even decent picks and not pick up an NBC store pick.
Yeah.
Ben will fly by it.
They're good. I never said they weren't. There's just better things that we had, and that's.
I just hope Mike can find another freaking raspberry cheesecake Parker's Heritage.
That was
My
good, man.
God.
That bottle.
That
Was,
You know, so and the
Oh.
crazy part about that bottle is I literally had it here and drank 4 or 5 pours out of it and was like, I don't know, it's just not hitting me right.
Oh,
And
God
after it
dang.
opened up,
Yep.
I hadn't had it until I brought it to that meet, and dude, it opened up so much better than it
Never
had.
in my life,
honestly, a top 5 bottle for me, probably.
It was so
never in
good.
my life have I gotten raspberry that pronounced on a bourbon. I'm like,
Yeah,
Mm.
that was
oh,
good.
good.
That was the Parker's
heavens.
Heritage Double Oaked. Yeah, that was good.
That
That was
was fantastic.
Yeah.
Mike,
Did you try that, Gary?
I have not. I have not had that.
Oh, my
Oh, it was
gosh.
at the
Oh,
Barrels for
it
Hope
was at
bottle
the-
fair.
Unfortunately, I don't have it
I did
anymore,
not get
but
that.
it was very good.
Oh. I thought it was curling Jason from Mash and Drum. It was curling his toes, man. He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he was losing it over that thing.
Yeah, that was, but he brought some. Oh my gosh, he brought
Oh
some stuff
God,
too,
he
man.
brought some bangers. Yeah.
Yeah, and who? I can't remember who it was that brought that Old Turkey.
It might have been Mike,
Was it-
because I think he poured me like a 1920s Old Forester or something.
No, it was
crazy.
Dan. It was
Well,
Dusty
Dusty.
Dan. It was Dan.
Dusty.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dusty
he.
had
Oh
like
man,
a
he started. He was pouring me some of the stuff that he brought.
whatever. Oh,
Oh yeah,
I
crazy.
thought,
that's crazy.
I thought that was Ed because that was the year he was born.
No, I was 36 then.
Prohibition.
Brad.
36.
Shoot, Ed's doing good tonight. I'm the oldest guy here. Ed's like the young guy.
I don't know.
You couldn't tell by looking at y'all.
Thanks, Ben.
Bag of dicks, Ben.
It is funny if you had glasses, Ed, y'all would both look like brothers.
yeah, you would look pretty close.
That's funny.
I'm not
Yeah, take your
if
hats
I
off.
That's
appreciate
fair. That's fair.
both
Gary's like, that is not a
Well, I mean,
compliment.
yeah. See, I mean,
Oh my
shit.
God, look at
Fuck
it.
it, Glenn.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Gary's
that's
not
good.
quite as Dobby-ish, but he's, you know.
I saw Dobby and Gary. That's all I saw.
Oh, hold on.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
Ed lost his hair in the 90s. Ben wasn't even born yet.
And what's the problem with that?
When Ben was born, he looked just like Ed, though. He had no hair.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
they looked
Bobby.
identical.
Holy cow. Where's
Ed's
the
here
sock?
with me, guys. I've got Ed here with me. We're hanging out.
He sleeps with that at night.
Oh, what? Oh,
Forgot all about that.
Well played, sir.
the next thing that should happen should be some hiccups.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck that. No, God damn. Illinois has something. There's some. You cross the state line, and they just hold out, and it just punches you in the face, and then it's over. My God,
Yeah,
Oh.
when he starts hiccuping, it's over, man.
it is over.
No
Yeah.
stopping it.
And when Lance wants to try and crush a Glenn
God, I-
Kingston's hand, it's over.
I got the hiccups. I haven't had the hiccups in so long. I got them the other day. My buddy gave me a Zen, a 12 or something, one of those nicotine pouches.
What do they
It
go
was
up to? I don't. What are the ranges?
It was a 12, dude. And
What's it,
I was.
I mean, what's
Yeah,
the?
what
I
the hell
don't,
does
I don't
that
have any
mean, Mike?
context.
I don't know, 12 milligrams. I don't know.
What do they start at?
3?
Oh shit! What do they go up to?
I don't know. I have no idea. I used to chew like tobacco, but I stopped a while back. But
like
when we were
tobacco, or you chewed tobacco? I mean,
I chewed. I did chew. What?
Just saying. You said I used to chew like tobacco, and I'm like,
Well, like tobacco.
All right,
Okay.
continue with your story, Mike.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm trying to see where this is going.
No,
Yeah.
but he gave me a 12. Oh, dude,
That's boring. You're boring, everybody. Quit boring everyone.
Yeah.
winner. Mic drop. Whatever. Oh, that's good shit. That's
Hey,
fine.
That Willet pick you guys did, that's probably one of the top 5 I've ever had. That was absolutely.
I'll bring the other bottle we have on the fishing trip. We'll drink some of that.
Dude,
All right, finish your story, Mike. I'm invested now. Finish your story. What happened?
Yeah,
When
well,
yeah.
No, just the hiccups. I'm talking. I've never had hiccups that much in my life. That's all it was.
So did the nicotine.
That's all it was.
Gosh, that was where you were going with that story, Michael.
Oh.
Hiccups was the whole thing.
Do not call me Michael. I'm just kidding.
Oh no! Well, now you're Michael forever.
Yeah.
Well, that was riveting.
Yep.
Ed had the best hiccups ever, though.
Oh
On
God.
that,
On that live stream. Oh,
Yeah.
it was bad.
Oh,
It was so
Jesus.
bad.
Yeah, let's talk about his hiccups.
That was bad.
I can't imagine
My
what
God.
the next morning was like that day.
Actually, honestly, Gary, we were both one pour away from it being
ugly.
literally like you might have to call 911.
We stopped just in time.
Oh,
We were
As
like,
opposed to the last time.
Yeah, as
Oh,
opposed
yeah.
to the last 5 times.
Yeah.
Like we both went to bed. We didn't throw up. We woke up and we were okay.
Yep.
Your angel of a wife that comes out and helps you.
Yeah,
True.
that's no
God,
joke.
dang.
Every time Ed walks through the door, she's like, "Fuck."
I had watched that live stream, and for some reason, I rewatched the end of it.
Oh God.
One of
Why?
the most hilarious things ever. You two at the end, both of you guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
the chaos gradually increased for sure.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one live stream, Lance, where that one guy was at your house and he fell asleep?
Oh yeah. Oh, he passed out on camera.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Hey, I passed that on camera.
no. This guy
no.
was.
yeah,
Mike
Mike did
Spears?
too.
Did you
Oh,
pass
my-
out on camera?
What?
I was sleeping. I mean, not.
That's true.
I get up at 5 in the morning, and it's right now it's 10:30 at my time. So
Yeah, so we is a guy I know locally, and we had the whole smoke wagon rye vertical. The like,
Oh.
I can't
Yeah,
remember which- They were like A, B, C, D, E, F. We had acquired all of them, so we were going to taste them on a live stream. I had met one of the guys. I hadn't met the other guy, and they're both really nice guys. But you got to take small. All of those are 125 plus proof, and we're going along and we're having a conversation, and you can see the other guy on the side of us just slowly just passing out. And he for 5 minutes he's completely passed out, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I get out of this?
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was hysterical.
Quite as good as
Booker's
Oh.
Booker's
Yeah.
titties.
That ranks.
as
That ranks. That was
absolutely
crazy.
what drew me to the group when I watched that live stream or that video, dude. I laughed so freaking hard.
You seen Booker's titties, Gary?
No.
Oh, I
That's-
have to send you that.
that's a day one adventure. That's
No, it was Sunday night. We were leaving the next day, and
Yeah.
Ed Bell was pouring pours that were about here.
Oh, they were even higher. They were.
They were they were full blown.
I've never seen someone pour a full Glen
Yeah.
before. I mean,
We're talking 120, 130 proof bourbon and just, killing them.
Gary, it was our very first Patreon meetup, and we were on like night 3.
Oh, God.
And I happened to just turn the camera on when it got really good. and I contemplated not posting it, and I was like, nah, it just makes the video too good.
I need to go way back and look at Whiskey Tornado or live streams.
Yeah, you just got a
It's in the vlog section. It's like one of the first. You'll see it's like the first Patreon meetup vlog actually. And
That and the truffle shuffle.
It was so funny too how you would use like music in those little vlogs in slow motion, like it was like a 90s or like early 2000s action movie.
It was epic.
It was great. I love it.
That was a fun trip. If the location would have been not in the middle of absolutely nowhere, it would have been even better. But that was still such a fun trip.
Hey, the location wasn't bad. Just as long as you're allowed to flush toilet paper, it's nice.
Grocery store.
Mike slept in a closet and couldn't flush.
I slept in a closet. I did.
What? I never knew I had to get permission to flush toilet paper.
Yeah, we didn't either, Gary. You should see the place though. You'll see it in the video. The
place is amazing. It was incredible.
It had an archery range inside of it.
Oh,
yeah, it was sweet.
Yeah,
it was great.
It was 100. It was great, 100%. I mean, it was. The funny thing was, we joke about the toilet thing in the info pamphlet or whatever. It did say it's like flush nothing but toilet. What was it? Nothing but human waste, or I don't know. It's nothing but.
Yeah.
It said not to flush toilet paper somewhere in there. Basically,
they're on a septic system because we were out in the middle of nowhere.
I'm like, I'm on a septic system. I still flush toilet paper.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you gotta, but they're getting, 15 whiskey guys
possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Some real barbecue mowing individuals, just real, like not even brisket, just the crust of the brisket. Just
yeah.
They're getting guys falling asleep on their recliners, mouth wide open.
It's funny we're talking about this. Tony actually texted me like last week. I hadn't heard from him in like since that day, probably.
Really?
The funniest thing was they had because Gary, you weren't there, Brad, you weren't there. They had these. It was like a big man cave basically where we were staying. They did like hunting trips and stuff there. But anyway. They had some like turkeys over in a corner, and this guy Tony, he and this other guy, they asked Lance to stand next to the turkeys with some bottles, and they took pictures of Lance in front of those turkeys with the bottles like he was a celebrity. He was their god for that time. They were taking pictures of him, just him, not them with him, just him in front of those turkeys. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I did not see that. I missed out on that.
It was something. And you had Lance posing in front of these turkeys with
Ben was ridiculing me the whole time. I was like, "Get me out of here!"
Yeah, I didn't realize I was hanging out with a celebrity.
You're still my hero.
Thanks, Brad. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
That was the best thing I've ever seen.
Hey, I will say when we do the fishing trip, we got to get some of that jambalaya.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Heck yeah.
No problem, man.
We'll go up to that Piggly Wiggly and get some of that.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Well, boys, this was a fun night. Gary, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great,
guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Gary, man, it was awesome. And just in case you forgot, Gary, just in case you forgot, right there. World freaking champions, baby.
That's rude.
I got to eat it.
Wouldn't be the first time Ed's eating it.
All right, cheers, everybody, guys. If you hang on, we'll talk in the green room. But cheers, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
Right on.